What is really happening in our environment is the question most people ask when it comes to how contamination is changing our life for the worse. Yet the truth is that on world soon enough find out how contamination, the silent killer of wars, has indeed taken over not just rubbish dumps on the street or peripheral, only but rather a love and sorrowing climate change and pollution are real, affecting our world in unprecedented ways I felt do not and honor. The prayer that heirs face will and the bodies after our lives. But let's start step by step. What can we do to solve this problem and ensure environmental safety of the future? Is that soon enough you shall find a pretty good follow this precarious situation in depth. Face will and the bodies after our lives. But let's start step by step. What can we do to solve this problem and ensure environmental safety of the future? Is that soon enough you shall find a pretty good follow this precarious situation in depth. Is that soon enough you shall find a pretty good follow this precarious situation.
According to research conducted by the World Health Organization since the 1990s and 2023 reports on pollution, air pollutants, widespread in rubbish dumps and landfills are major contributors to climate change and ill health. Their impact on global warming potential is frequently far greater than that of carbon dioxide. Particularly, some of these air pollutants are black carbon due to its sunlight-absorbing properties, which release heat into the atmosphere. Methane, also being a very powerful contributor of air pollution, is a greenhouse gas that is 84 times more powerful than carbon dioxide on a 20-year basis, being widely documented for harming agricultural activity due to ground-level ozone and climate change contributions, along with its deeply negative impact on the ozone layer. Surveys led by our analytics team, XDdddd Incorporated, found that up to 58% of the 24 interpretive 10th grade A students believe that the environment faces severe ecological problems and could potentially lead to irreversible harm, while 20% have more pragmatic stances as to how climate change could be realistically dealt with, as they believe that climate change still hasn't reached major levels of ecological danger. Finally, on the surveys conducted by XDdddd on the 10th grade A student classroom, non-governmental organizations and volunteers are deemed as the most positively impacting global actor on the environmental situation, with up to 45% of results showing the perception of medium to high effort from that same actor, followed by Chilean national institutions on local impact with 37% and the scientific academic community with 29%, while students believe that corporations are the actors making the least efforts towards improvement of the environment, with up to 45% of students thinking that corporations are making low efforts to improve the situation, with international institutions remaining second with 16%. Our solution to this problem is found not just in research and assessment, but rather in immediate action. If we seek to actually solve the situation our environment as a world faces, then the solution must come from all of us, not just from a single person or a few. We believe that the form of recycling that can be implemented as a voluntary program has the right capacities to orient students and persons to find themselves genuinely invested in building a better and greener future. For this instance, it is worth to introduce the class to the philosophy of techno-Gaianism, the environmentalist idea that argues for technology and innovation as key solutions towards large-scale ecological problems of the world. Particularly, I also believe that technology and environment are not inherently incompatible, but rather, they have massive, mutually complementary potential, which has major capabilities of improving the situation in the long term. And it is this form of technology that leads us in innovation of upcycling, as we ought to turn waste and wanted items into newer, more valuable products for all of us, much like the British proverb says, "One man's trash is another man's treasure." What we really seek is to use this technology to improve the environment, with objects once thought of as trash or disposable, such as toys, boxes, and cardboard, now effectively becoming novel, innovative products with creative capabilities and sustainable forms of improving our lives, such as gardening, decoration, packaging, and craft. This is such a way that the relationship between technology and the environment becomes one of mutualism instead of the commonly believed disdain, with the same application of technologianism may not hope for a new future.
Now, how do destruction really impact the environment possibility? And this is where technology comes in and actually shines. Then simply recycle materials important for the environment because it reduces the waste, conserves the natural resource of lowers energy consumption and pollution. The transformation of all unrecyclable materials into creative visual products to greater quality is a circle that generally benefits the environment long term. Yet, this benefit is not just for the environment, but also for our community. The fostering creativity innovation to further the promotion of the novel forms to giving identity to symbols of the future, letting us all growing not just as sustainable inventors, but also to culture our own innovative ways of creating and making things better for our future. Yet this priesthood sure will not knocking at our door. If we're actually blind ourselves a new generation built upon the creativity of love and nature, then we must take action, actually care about our environment. We aren't late enough to make the things better because if it is in us, then good. And so ultimate responsibility to change the things for the betterment and not just environment but us as a species. Third,
Technique gains and ideas for its fundamental values are not in progress, but also sustainability and our capacity and human to welcome better. Of place is important, I guess, since in space of the century is maker. I to find major solution and to work toward and break green future. This generation is the opportunity to win and a brand new future. Once you will take a quality of her own capacity and the environment opportunity to win and a brand new future. Once you will take a quality of her own capacity and the environment will let it. Thank you and for your attention. Thanks and Chile and for Astro Incorporated saying goodbye and to wait late to thank the world welcome. Organization is important research of environment and useless. Great 10 for attention and dedication to our project. Organization is important research of environment and useless. Great 10 for attention and dedication to our project. For attention and dedication to our project.